Welcome to the fucking show.
What is going on, all you fellow collecting nerds out there? Welcome to Wolfpack Wednesdays. This is episode 91. We have a great show for you. We actually have a lot of stuff to talk about. And what the hell, let's just get right into it. Without further ado.
Looks like we got a Wolfpack coming to the ring.
The Wolfpack themselves.
Welcome to Sweet DLO The Collector. Welcome back to episode 91, my friend. How are you doing? We're sporting the Batman. You're sporting the Star Wars. We are all in black. We are coordinated.
Black and gold.
Let's go. Yeah.
Let's go.
Got it going on.
Wednesday, shorthanded, but we got some friends coming by.
We got the muscle coming in here. So, this guy's kind of, you could say, a rival. You might have heard of LWO, and, we're the Wolfpack. So there's a little bit of a rivalry there, but we're still going to treat this guy with kindness. He was nice enough to accept our invite to hang out with us tonight. It is none other than, well, let him introduce himself.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please help us welcome tonight's Wolfpack special guest, making his way to the stream, a YouTube superstar and friend of the Jedi Knights Watch. Please welcome.
Correct me if I'm wrong, 1-6 Fix, but I believe you are our first ever guest, and I believe as of tonight you are our last guest. So first and last or current. So I think that's pretty awesome. Too sweet to you, my friend. Welcome to the show. Too long, and that's my fault. Welcome back.
Graham, not your fault at all. I appreciate you taking me off the blacklist. I know, it got a bit rocky there, but no, I think I was the first guest.
Who can I invite here? Who can I invite? Oh, down
and
to
then
the
you
bottom.
turn a few pages. Yeah, you're like, all right, well, time to unban this guy. But no, thanks for having me, man. Definitely excited that this show has grown so much, and cool to be back on here, and excited to talk some figures with y'all. I still don't know what this is, but it's fun. It's fun to do. So
It's
sweet.
The Wolfpack, Too Sweet.
Yeah, man.
Wrestling?
I'm not a wrestling guy. So yeah.
You're in the LWO. You're not a wrestling guy?
It wasn't my idea for the name. So I just
actually the LWO and the Wolfpack are somewhat tied together a little bit. It was NWO, and then they split into the Wolfpack.
There you go.
Right.
Okay.
It was
But LW
NWO
was
for
actually its own branch where it was kind of a parody of NWO.
life. Right.
So Latino World Order,
Yeah.
bro. Get your facts right.
Naturally. Of course. Come
Get
on,
your
Graham.
facts right. Sorry.
No, thanks
Sorry,
for
I
having
got
me.
amateur hour we're dealing with
My
here.
bad. My bad.
Unbelievable.
So Marco, what's new with you? What have you been up to collecting wise? It's been a while since we kind of caught up. So what's I don't know, what's something that maybe you were able to add to the collection maybe in 2025? What's something that you're really looking for, or what's something that you're really looking forward to having?
Yeah. So
Or have you
collection is
been working
evolving.
on your room, or whatever the case may be?
Yeah. So I think last time, so again, a while ago now, I kind of migrated to this back room, which is a detached garage, which was converted. So one half is Gigi's office, one half was storage. And I said, you know what, why don't I put a few figures back there? I think I started off with maybe one cabinet, and slowly it has converted to my streaming room and, my figure layout. So I think like all of us, I know, Graham, you're never satisfied with how the display is looking. It's always evolving. You're always moving stuff. So yeah, I've been, kind of running out of space like a lot of us. Bought a few Module cases, which, I'm partial to the glass. Like the acrylic on the Module cases just does collect a lot of dust. So you got to be careful about where you put it, how you do the lighting, for me personally, for it to look, optimal. So so bought a few more 6-110s, have a few more on the way that'll hopefully accommodate some of these bigger pieces that I have. So just got that Dark Knight Armory, which I haven't even unboxed yet because I don't have space. Like I got to wait for these Module cases. But Graham, I left a comment on your video because your assembly of the Module cases, I've yet to find, and I've yet to find a better assembly video. So I go back to it every time I've got to put together a Module case.
I appreciate that. It means a lot. The DFs, though, I will say there is an easier way from my
Much
video.
easier.
And I did it this way. So Module Case came out with new instructions, basically, I think last year, something like that. And I finally got these 3 in. It was weird because 2 of them came Saturday and then 1 came yesterday. And so it was weird that they didn't all come together. But anyway, so I put it together the way that their instructions say, and it is a lot easier because you don't have that last bar to kind of crank in there. But I appreciate. I love building them. I love the product. Otherwise, I wouldn't be pushing them, as much as I do. So, but
honestly, it's the best option for what we
Right.
collect. If you're gonna have a lot of figures, like you kind of have to go the Module case route unless you're gonna go some custom
Right.
build.
yeah, I mean, I don't know how Shane does it. Like, he's got to kind of rotate figures because that's how he wants to display, and that's perfectly fine. But I just wouldn't be able to do that myself. But I will say too, I just got 3 more DFs. Granted, I did have the monos here, so it's not like completely all more space, but I still feel like I didn't really gain much space. Like I've been on a spree lately, so I got to kind of slow down because it's I wanted room to grow, and now it's already a little pinch.
It's so easy to play that game though, right? You're like, oh, I've got more cases on the way. Like you don't even think about how many figures. You're like, I'll get the stuff, and then once everything's assembled, then I'll figure it out later. But yeah, it turns out my math was way off. I'm like, oh, I don't even with all the shit I ordered. Excuse me, with all the stuff I
you're
ordered, not even.
So Graham, what have you gotten lately that's got you cramming for more space so soon after getting new cases? Tell us.
Oh, well, A, the job of the hut, but then B, we got this bad boy up here today.
Whoa.
The Jazz
What's that?
Batmobile. So there you guys go. Get you a glimpse.
Look at that.
Thing is shiny.
Whoa. Flexing
Dude,
on us, huh?
It's pretty nice. I will say it is. Let me go this way here. It's pretty spectacular. It's pretty ginormous. The paint job is like almost like you're looking at a real car, like very deep black gloss, where the Hot Toys one is more of like almost like a charcoal or almost like just a gray, like a lighter black color. So hold on a second.
Holden.
Oh wow, this is very dramatic.
Look at this. I got a Batmobile remote.
Nice.
Oh yeah, that's right. It comes with one of those. What's
So-
it do?
Well, 1 is the headlights, 2 is the taillights, 3 is the interior. Excuse me, guys. I am sick too, by the way, so I'm gonna apologize many times for clearing my throat. But and then one's the fog, and then 4 other ones are like different, just sound effects from the movie. Unfortunately, I don't have mine plugged in because the cord that they gave you is about this long. So I have to order an extension. I'll have to take the Batmobile out and rerun it. However, these guys seem to think the Batmobile should be right here instead of up there. So let me know what you guys think in the comments, because then I might be moving it anyway. I don't know. But I kind of like this too because it's the Dark Knight. I don't know, man.
It's good too. Listen,
Marco, who's your Batman? Who's your Batman?
So obviously grew up with Mikael Kitten, as Bretta would say, but I think Bale is probably when I just like on screen love the character, best portrayal for me personally. So I'd say probably Bale, but have a lot of respect for Keaton as well.
To me, other than Clooney and Kilmer, it's almost like picking a favorite food, and I can't do it because it's like I could eat pizza every day of the week, but then damn, do I love steak. Totally different foods, but still like 2 of my most favorite. You know, same thing with Keaton, Bale, even Ben Affleck was really good in the role. And Pattinson, like I really did enjoy his portrayal as well. So yeah, it's tough to pick. DLO, you got a guy that stands above the rest?
Oh, well, I always kind of break that tiebreak because I'm like you. It's like picking your favorite kid. But I always go with Ben Affleck simply because I feel like he's the only character, if I had to pick a tiebreaker, he's the only one, in my opinion, who played an excellent Bruce Wayne and an excellent Batman. I've always felt like I've enjoyed one part of the performance more of one character, one actor compared to another. And I just feel like Affleck kind of nailed both. So I always say Affleck.
BVS suit might be the best on-screen Batman.
I think
it is. Undisputed champion, no doubt.
Yeah, and he used guns. That was
cool.
pretty nice too. Nice touch. I really felt like he got robbed, you know, out of getting a solo movie. Like,
it's going to go down as the biggest what if of all time.
Yeah, it was sad. So, all right. Well, hey, we got 48 in here to start the show. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to my friends' channels. Of course, Sneaker is out due to working out a little bit too hard. He's making those muscles, so he's feeling a little sore. And Brick is on baby duty tonight as well, so he might be checking in the chat here. Let me clear my throat one more time and see if I can get through this. Otherwise, I'm going to pass it off to DLO, and he's going to go through saying hi to the chat, which I might do anyway. Kind of sounds fun. You want me to give it a go here, DLO, or you want to do it?
Yeah, go for it,
I'm
Jedi.
struggling, man. I'm struggling.
Are you really?
It's still a lot of drainage, you know? A lot of drainage. All right. Here we go. Let's say hi to everybody joining us tonight. We got Curtis Booth. Hey, Jedi and friends. Can't wait for this one. That pilot is a must-have. Hope you guys are having a great night. We got Nomar, Evening Wolfpack. Hope everyone is doing good. We're hanging in there. We got Kevin. What's up? Let's fucking go. The TIE Fighter pilot. Yes, it's finally here. Will it live up to our high standards, though? That's what we're going to talk about tonight. We got Casablanco. Nothing like getting accepted for your dream job you applied for this morning, ending with this legendary live stream tonight. Too sweet to you, man. Congrats on getting that dream job.
Big time.
That's huge, man. I know the feeling when you get that job, so definitely enjoy it and make sure you celebrate. And we got Universal Key. Good evening, everyone. We got Moose Dream in the house. Hello, community of collectors. Supergirl in hand. We got Enchanted Jedi. What's the dream job? One Adam 12 channel member. I'm excited for that original trilogy. Love from Hot Toys with that TIE Fighter pilot. Yeah, man. I hope the Dewback does well because I want them to make other creatures. I hope the TIE Fighter pilot does well so that they continue to go down that avenue as well. Because, man, OT for life. We got Darth Kibbles, another channel member. Good evening, everyone. I know Graham is happy he manifested some OT love from Hot Toys. Yeah, I just kept buying because I'm like, one of these is going to hit. We're going to 2.0 it because I'm buying it. Well, no, they just gave us a TIE Fighter, and I'll take that too. So that's pretty cool. We got My Father Django, another channel member. Hello, Wolfpack. We got Adric23. Good to see all the channel members in here each and every week. A guy that used to be a channel member but is not anymore. Brick Artemis, but he is still. Oh wait, it looks like he did sign back up. We got Brick Artemis. Too sweet to you, my friend. Too sweet. We got Joe P. Hello, collectors. Finally got my standard Jack Sparrow in hand. It's going to be tough to beat the figure of the year. Grievous, I trust, though. Marco, did you get Jack Sparrow?
I did, yeah. I thought about that Artisan, which definitely is a superior version, but just the price tag on that was, I shied away because I was like, if I just get the standard one, I get remind me of the wheel again. What is that called?
The ship wheel, the steering wheel.
Ship wheel. Yeah, there you go. That one.
The ship wheel.
And I was like, okay, good enough for me. I get Jack and
the wheel.
That's right.
Look it up for you.
Still waiting on my Artisan. You actually were smarter than me. I think I just shot myself in the foot. I feel like I'm going to be the last person to get mine now.
Oh, no.
So
the helm. The helm.
The helm.
Ah, yes, the proper term, the helm.
Naturally.
Also known as
did you tell us the story, DLO? Did you tell us the story of that Jack Sparrow? Or do you want to share that or not really?
No, I'd rather not. I'll listen.
For another time then.
No, this is his theory. It hasn't been proven here, but word came down that Jack Sparrow was going to be released. I put mine on a payment plan for a day. Then I said, nah.
It was already released.
Well, yeah, it was like
it was
released, but not like, people were getting notifications released.
Right.
Like,
Sideshow wasn't notifying us yet.
Nobody was notifying anybody yet. And I put mine on a payment plan for literally a day, maybe 2 tops. And I said, you know what, screw it. I'm just going to pay for it. And I did. I paid for it. And Steve got his notification. Rob, bless his heart, who still has it in his box, has a notification. Graham has already reviewed it on his channel. And I'm sitting here sparrowless.
Do you feel like because you're on the other side of the country, you get things last, or that's kind of not as atypical of your experience?
No, I leave a lot of that there. I think it's a combination of me living here, my raw opinions on Sideshow sometimes.
I'm sure they race.
Of course. Well, I mean, you said it, not me, pal. I mean, who knows? Who knows? It can be a multitude of things here. But yeah, probably location. The first thing I'd go with, probably. Shout out to everybody from Florida. Y'all know the pain.
There you go. Oh man. Well, yeah. Hopefully you hear something about that soon. I mean, Brick hasn't even opened his yet, and here you're just clamoring for yours to come in. So he did say he might do it tonight. So we'll have to. Brick, if you're still in here, let us know. Did you open that bad boy up? All right. Field of Burn. Oh my God. Hi everybody. What's going on, dude? Neilorific. Thank you for being here. Good evening, Wolfpackers. Forget the poll. Let's just talk about the TIE Fighter pilot. Most exciting moment. Man, okay, well, we're gonna go through one thing first, and then we're gonna get to the TIE pilot because it's from last week, so we got to get that out of the way. So stay with us, and we'll get there. Brick is excited about that 21 inches of Venom, though.
Can't get over those 21 inches, man. That's all he ever talks about now.
21 inches. We got Clinton Martin. Good evening to you, Striker. Too sweet. Definitely going to get my hands on that Daredevil figure when it's up for pre-order. I hope there's a deluxe with a diorama base of bricks or a rooftop church. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be dope. That'd be dope. 1AM12 says the garage setup looks pretty dope, Graham. Thank you. I do have, you can barely see it, the DeLorean down there, Tumbler with the Bat pod, and then obviously 89. Might switch it around. I don't know. I was talking to Valkyrie, who actually is right here. Good evening, my friend. I was talking to him on IG, and I was just like, man, every time I do a major move, not just rearranging or anything, but like a major move, I get like OCD, or I have like regret, or like I think it was better before, and now what did I do? I just bought this piece, and I can't fit it in. So like, I don't know. It's crazy, but I have to get into the acceptance mode before I can really be happy with what I've done. So we'll get there. But Valkyrie, good to see you. It's always good chatting with you. We got Jose Plus. Hey, everyone. Graham, that Jabba setup looks really cool. Dude, that Jabba still, I've had it for what, 2.5, 3 weeks now? I still just am in awe of that piece. Like, Marco, I don't know if you've seen that piece in person, the Sideshow Jabba, but like, hot damn, that thing is a showstopper. So
Yeah, never in person, but definitely has always tempted me. But I'm like, all right, Hot Toys, maybe someday they'll get to it, but it's not seeming like anytime soon. So congrats on the addition.
that's kind of where I was at. Like I put it at like maybe a 20-25% chance. So Sideshow basically did a statue, right? And with Hot Toys, it'd be more of a figure. And how are you gonna technology? How are you gonna like make this practical? I don't know. So like I'm okay taking the risk with the Jabba. Like I don't know. I think like Tauntauns or something a little smaller. Maybe I don't know. Banthas maybe. Well, maybe not a Bantha. That's pretty big, but I don't know. I'm okay with it either way. So happy with it. Thank you for being here, Jose. Good to see you, my friend. We got the movie canon evening. Is DD dropping tonight or by the end of the week?
Has anybody seen it on the panel besides me? The first two
have not.
episodes? No.
Yeah.
Thank you, Marco.
I can't
Thank
wait
you.
to watch. I was actually going to watch right when I got home, but then I got invited here. So the better of the
Grant,
two
so
options.
inconsiderate. Well, listen, non-spoilers, but Daredevil is so back. So I cannot wait till we get to talk about this figure. So let's hope
I'm
that
a little
drops
scared to
tonight.
watch because I don't need to go down another rabbit hole, but
You're doing it.
Have you never
Daredevil,
watched like the Daredevil series on Netflix before?
I did. I finally told Brick I would watch it, and I did. I don't know if I finished though. Was there 3 seasons?
Yes.
I think I'm on the 3rd season, and something happened where like a new show came, so I just kind of like fell off of it and never got back on. So
Fair enough. Well,
I'm trying to
it's
remember
on
what
Disney Plus
happened.
now. Go ahead and finish that up and watch the first 2 episodes.
I will.
Do you?
So is
need
it?
to
It's a
have
direct
watched-
continuation from that.
No. It's a loose continuation of that. So
Oh, okay.
characters, actors return. Too early to tell how far it goes into it there, but it shares a commonality with it, but I don't think it's a
Gotcha.
direct sequel.
Okay. Very good. Okay. Let's move it along here. We got Stacy. Good evening, Wolfpack and chat. We got Christian Crosshair Cooper. What's up? Good to see you. Mike Litteris, channel member, showing off them legs. I seriously, like, the dude has had this picture for however many years. And I look like DLO, you're showing me your armory, your Bruce Wayne.
Well, you can think it was Mike, right?
Oh, I
I
think
had
it was
the
Mike.
same feeling too. I
It's
opened
weird.
up my
It's like
armory. I was just
you-
like,
You basically have a 1/6 scale figure of Mike Litteris.
I have
in your
Mike
collection.
basically in my display case. Pretty
That's
much.
crazy.
I know. I feel the same way. I thought the same thing.
We got Chris Santos joining us tonight. I appreciate this guy. He's always active on IG, Facebook, and my videos as well. So always commenting. I do appreciate that. It's good to see you in here each and every week. Let's see. I want to make sure I don't miss anybody like this guy, X-Man Supreme. What's up, bitches? What's going on, dude? Good to see you. Good to see you. Hope you're having a good week. Christian
Throw the
says,
sword, but
ordered
you
my-
hit that bitches immaculately. So you're not down that fast.
Yeah, you're not that sick.
Right? All right. Let's see. You guys are just kind of chatting it up. New vid for building Modu cases coming soon. That's how I found, I really wanted to. And I built 2 of them Saturday. Monday, the Topo, the BVS Topo cowls came in. So I reviewed that. Yesterday, my other case came in, and it came at originally UPS said I think it was 11:45 to 3:45. It got to my house at 8 o'clock at night, which was crazy. So I stayed up late, built that, also moved things, and installed and took out back half shelves, which if you guys know, it's not fun. Today, I tried to kind of work remote the second part of the day because I knew the Batmobile was coming. But I also reviewed the Spider-Man Superior suit. So I filmed that, and then I filmed the Batmobile. And then I gotta still patch that stuff together before the end of the week. So basically I'm burned out. And I wanted to get the cases done. I thought about it, like doing a new video to do the new steps, but maybe Brian will just send me 1 free case and I could just do it then. Maybe I'll ask him.
He'd be doing all of us a big favor if he sent you that case, because how else are we going to build them without you walking us through it?
I
don't
know,
know.
right? I did think about it, and I'm like, I'll build 2 the new way, and then I'll have it down pat, which is true. I did, but I just wanted to get it done. So I kind of regret it, but yeah, not coming. Let's see. We got Brad Cormack, another channel member. Thank you for the support. Too sweet to you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Happy Wednesday. Hammer of God, good evening to you. Let's see. We got Ermin Hazim. Shout out from Malaysia, brothers. Dude, shout out. Too sweet
Right
to
on,
you.
bro.
Thank you for being here.
Little some of that for you.
Batman Collectibles. Got to ask this guy what he thinks about
Ooh.
the Batman setup here, the Bat Garage. Hopefully you like it. Tighter FL, another channel member, another good friend as well. Love talking OT with this guy. And I'm sure he's excited for that TIE Pilot too. Enchanted Jedi. It's been a while. I'm glad to catch the live. Let's go, Wolfpack. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you, like Marco, canceling other events that you could have done and joining us instead. So
Clear the
1-6. Yeah, brutal. 1-6 Star Wars Pimpazoid. Hey, what's the wait time on Manja cases now? Seems like you got yours pretty fast. Yeah, I will say I got mine a little bit faster than everybody else, being the affiliate with Maju Space. There are a couple perks, but still had to wait a bit. I would say I can't say too much, but I know the number one concern is turnaround time, and Brian he's working on things that's going to shorten that quite a bit. We all just got to remember he's a small team of productionists that are trying to do this big demand of orders, and they just can't keep up. And then they deal with the same workforce that we do. So things are in the works. I can't really tell you what until it's concrete. Got to keep that private, but it will get better. I'm hoping that they can get down to a pretty reasonable time for everybody. We got Luke Christian seeing a lot of reported issues with the Artisan Joker hair falling out. Interesting. I haven't really heard about that. I saw something today. I just thought somebody gave it a haircut. Is that hair? All the hair fell out?
Yeah, allegedly. I don't know how I feel about that particular report going out there to the masses. One person reported it. Either A, it's an isolated issue, or quite possibly might have been user error. I mean, Graham, you know me, dude. Like, I normally normally sympathize with posts like that, but I was just like, dude, I've been playing with my Artisan, and Graham says it looks the same every single week when I mess with it. I know that thing in and out, and I can tell you, like, yeah, that sucker. I put that thing through the rundown, and it's holding up perfectly fine. So, but I don't know. I wonder what that guy can do. I think I said in the story. I think he got it from like a reseller or something like that. So he's kind of SOL, unfortunately. So he can't go to Sideshow or something like that. So, but yeah.
Okay.
That's that.
All right.
Yeah, the post did seem a bit suspicious, just with the hair, the way it was laid out. Not saying that this didn't actually happen to the person, but at first blush, it's like, okay, this is a little bit odd. But yeah, definitely concerning, but it seems like an isolated incident.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
More to come. Stay tuned, everybody. Armand says, came here for Jedi Knights Topo Studio Batfleck head sculpt. Cool, man. I hope you saw the video. Hope you liked it. Kind of fun to make. Like, it's grown on me since, especially the Nightmare. I think that's definitely the community's favorite one out of the two. But my BVS Batman was actually modded where there's more stuffing in it to bulk them up. So I took actually some of that out, and the head did fit a little bit better on the body. So, because the problem was, Hot Toys made it where you can have him kind of angled down. The eyes are up and to the side. But did I lose you guys? Oh, you're still there. DLO? Oh, God, you guys were very still. Both of you were very still at the same time. It scared me. But anyways, I would have liked if the head could have tilted down, the eyes were up instead of, I don't know, kind of just has a natural of looking up. So we got Collector Joey. Hey, my good friends. What's going on, Joey? Good to see you here, man. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, we got ourselves a celebrity guest. Wait till he plays the game later on. We got Sin says Florida is the heart. We got Jazzy in the house. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Where's that wine at? It's Wednesday. Are you playing it straight like me? Howard Potts, channel member. Too sweet to you. Thank you for being here, man. Man, Darth Kibble's still waiting on Artisan Jack.
See?
But did get Venom. Will open tomorrow.
21 inches of Venom, so I keep hearing.
Yeah.
I did just get that Venom as well.
You did?
Didn't get that?
Yeah.
Jeez.
I didn't get it. Oh.
Yeah.
You don't get
any
anything.
more cases.
Unless it's like,
Turn one of your 6 series on its side.
There you go. Might have to.
let's have him in the case like this on the side.
Right?
There we go.
Yeah, have him laying down. That'd be funny. We got the GOAT himself, Hawk Wars Toys. What's up, Ray? Says, what's up, gentlemen? Happy Wednesday to you. If you guys are in need of any figures, new or old, this guy will hunt them down for you. He'll double box it. He will ship it next day. He'll give you some stickers and a comic book, which I have been like since I buy from him all the time. It's like I'm collecting comics too now, and my kids love it too. So yeah, fun for the whole family. Hit up Ray. I got his link into his eBay store in the description below. Thank you for being here, Ray. Too sweet to you.
I got something on the way from Ray. Great
What you got?
experience. Spider-Man 2099.
Ooh,
Yeah, so he helped
it's a good
me
figure.
secure one of those, and yeah, just a really good dude all around.
Right. Yeah, he'll hunt for you, you know? All you got to do is say, hey, I'm looking for this, or can you get this? He'll shoot you straight and let you know. And then, man, he got me a Crosshair. That was pretty crazy. When
Hey.
it was about a year now ago that I dove into the Bad Batch, and then he helped me out with Wrecker and then Crosshair. And I got tech from him too. So yeah, very cool, very cool. We got Pokemon Goober. What's up, Brandon? He says, what's up, guys?
You know, for a second, like he didn't announce himself as Brandon, so I almost forgot that it was him. Because
I know.
normally he always announces himself.
Yeah,
as
he's
Brandon.
like, this is Brandon. Yeah.
Yeah. There's one
He's
time
like,
he
"Oh,
doesn't
by
know,
now
like,
they
who the
should know."
heck is this guy? One time.
DLO, do I need to watch the Netflix version first of Daredevil?
I would definitely recommend it, yeah. Because, I mean, it kind of jumps into the story very fast, like within the first 15 minutes, non-spoiler. But, yeah, I would definitely go back. It's a great watch. It's story-wise, I don't know how much is going to play into the new series, but it's going to get you familiar with the actors who are playing them, and then you can kind of decide if you want to watch the new series or not.
You guys are killing it in the chat. I just saw how much more ground I got to catch up on. So we're going to get there. But, man, Joey, Daredevil put me to sleep. That's a hot take. Hot take. Hit that like
you
button,
must have been
everybody.
sleepy before you started.
We got Wayne Timothy. Good evening, everyone. Congrats on that Jabba pickup. It's fantastic piece. Now you need to get the large Rancor. I'm not gonna lie, I've searched for it. I've looked, but I thought about getting the smaller one so I could fit it in the DF and just say it's the baby Rancor. But yeah, even that thing is very pricey. Remember we saw it at StatueCon. I could have had a really good deal on that. Kind of kicking myself a little bit. Fuck.
It's all good.
It's all good. Brandon wants to swap the Dark Knight and 89 Batmobile shelves so we can see it better in the background of your videos. All right.
See?
That's a lot of work. We got Kirby. What's up, y'all? Lost track of time and now 30 minutes late. Hey, no problem. We're still saying hi to everybody. So Marco's probably like, what the hell am I doing here? I could have been late and not had to worry about all this.
Not at all. I know how this goes. I know how this show goes.
We got L Walker. What's up, fellas? I love that Batwing on the wall. That thing is cool. I was actually talking to a fan of the channel, Frank, and hashtag thank Frank. He said half of his lights stopped working on his Batwing. I don't know if I don't. So that's a tough feeling, because how do you contact them obviously, but I don't know what they're going to be able to do for them.
Do you guys get a warranty on these products? I've always wondered about that.
That's a good question. This is my first Jazz Inc. purchase ever. So
What did your metal receipt say?
it said the number that it was.
Oh, okay.
But I did get.
I always give a shit about that.
Did
What
get
I
this
got,
book.
guys. Yeah, there it is.
Nice book.
More in the book. There you go.
Good looking book.
Yes, nice book.
Ooh, in color too. They sprung.
Yeah.
They spared no expense. Look at that.
Yeah, man. Anyway,
Actually,
if you're done
$1.50
heckling me now,
Color. No. I was engaging in what you were showing.
Stop. There we go.
Amazing. I was going to ask if it's that big of an improvement over the Hot Toys, but I guess I got to watch the video to find out.
Mm-hmm. And be a member.
I've seen other
Yeah.
people's comparisons, and I do think it is it's much better. But I don't think there's any shame in having the Hot Toys one at all. Like I still think that's a good offering too.
Some
but
shame, but
What do you think of if
Yeah,
I
that's
what I have.
if I take my Batmobile apart and give it a paint job, gloss it up?
I think it would help. But even just the curvature of this is like it just seems more accurate and
Oh, the curvature. Okay.
yeah, just the way
Sorry.
that body is working, and you get the remote.
Okay. Oh, remote.
Okay.
Our wives are so lucky.
Oh man, we got Cobra's collection. What's going on, gents? Fine looking group of sophistication. When Marco is on, yes, he's bringing the smarts tonight, and we can't wait to pick his brain. Let's see.
Don't look at me for any smarts. Damn.
We got Big Rib Marcos. Oh boy, he's got his following here. You got a little bit of spice on your channel. LOL.
I don't know what that could be referring to, but perhaps.
And Queso Blanco has shared Hawk Wars link as well. So thank you for doing that, my friend. Go hit him up. He's got a lot of stuff on there too. I was actually, I don't even want to say this because if he's still on, I know he's gonna Instagram me after this. But and I know DLO has this figure. I don't know if Marco does, but it's the Palpatine from the Clone Wars. Man, I've been kicking around the idea of that figure. Looks nice.
Man, I tell you guys, if you guys can find a deal on that figure, which it looks like you're gonna find. No, I mean it sincerely, like, because honestly, like, you got to be considerate. Like, some people were not going to have it in their budget to buy two, and somebody may want the Revenge of the Sith one. So, but I really think that Palpatine is a lot better than I initially gave it credit for. If you can find it for a deal, I strongly say go for it because it's a really nice piece.
Yeah.
Beautiful figure. I'm waiting on the Emperor reissue with the throne, and it's got to be coming in the next few years.
Yeah.
They teased it with Return of the Jedi Vader. Not the throne necessarily, but the Emperor. Like everybody thought, 2.0. I don't know, man.
Someday.
Probably. But do you think they'll give you the throne again? I don't know.
Well, they gave you Maul with the speeder again. Anything's possible.
That's true. That's a good point. Yeah.
With the
LED
with the
lights on
LED.
your chair. Oh, I'll be mad about that. I'd grind my
It's gonna
gears because I would want that. I would want that.
Yeah. Well, my chair, not that I've tried to display that chair probably 10 times, but then one of the last times that I tried to display it, I actually found the half of the dome lights weren't working. So like that would even be tempting then for me, like just to kind of so all right, we're almost there, guys. Venom Collector, if you have that VGM Venom, open it and check it. My open mouth sculpt had about 6 of his teeth broken off. Sideshow got me a replacement to just share my experience. Yeah, that's still like definitely a buzzkill, kind of a kick in the nuts too when you open something up and it's broken. Like I was nervous about this too because I know there's some quality control issues, but mine looked pretty good. But anytime you get a figure, at least Sideshow's going to take care of you. So definitely let them know. Yeah, Brick is going to have nightmares just even hearing about that. We got Sebastian. Are the 655 cases worth it? I got Dragon Ball figures. They're mostly 8 to 12 inches. I mean, yeah, it depends though. I mean, are you going to attach them to 655s like and make like a wall? They're a nice piece to add, I think, to 110s where they can be kind of like that side piece that just kind of goes with it.
Your standalone piece of it there.
Right.
Kind of like a oversized DTOF, if you will. So you have some more playroom. But
yeah, if you're like putting it in a corner by a desk or whatever, otherwise it looks great attached to something too. But it complements the 110s pretty well. And I do like them because let's just say, like Marvel, Star Wars and all that on DC's kind of takes up more room because I have more, but then you have these smaller ones that you can put, like maybe you just have 3 figures of a line. Like for now I have the Across the Spider-Verse figures. Fits perfectly in there too. So
yep. Yeah, I got the bigger version. I got the DF60 version of those 55s, and basically I did that for Justice League right here, and then I have my Batman Shrine all to itself, and then kind of did the same thing with Guardians of the Galaxy over here, and then all my Marvel superheroes from Endgame on the other side. So yeah, like Graham said, they complement each other well if you need to mark for both.
Yeah. Adric 23 celebrating 18 months of being a channel member. I do believe he is one of the longest standing channel members. 18 months, man, that is a year and a half. You are earning the badge. You're earning my respect. And thank you so much for the continued support. It says, congrats on the Batmobile. Still waiting for mine. Yeah, I mean, crazy how long the process took. And I even got mine late because I was on the wait list, and it just kind of worked out. But like getting the shipment, waiting the 30 to 40 days, hearing from FedEx that it's coming, and it's just pretty cool experience. So
It was that long of an experience. Wow.
What? Well, I think I got the wait list in like November, and people had theirs already. But yeah, and then obviously trying to pay it off was fun. We got a $5 super chat from 12-inch Moose Stream. Hey, Wolfpack, Supergirl in hand, Spider-Man 2099, and Hano Symbiote have shipped, and a WB 100 I found for a reasonable also artist. What the heck is this guy doing, man? He is just bringing in the figures.
The
Congrats
only real
to you,
collector
man.
in the community. The only one.
I should be giving him $5
Clearly.
to help with this haul. But
Seriously, man. Congrats, though. That's huge.
yeah, if anybody doesn't have that Spider-Man 2099, you're gonna love it too, because man, it's so cool. Like, I love these Across the Spider-Verse figures, and I'm not a animated collector fan, but these movies hit hard for me. So like having them and seeing how realistic to the movie they are is really cool. So I think people are gonna be happy with that. I'm glad they fixed the suit. But a WB 100, DLO, that is huge.
Very huge. Very huge.
What's-
That is
what's reasonable.
like $900. But I mean, you did better than 900. Kudos to you, my friend. That's still, either way, you got a great figure.
Yeah, man. And thank you for the super chat. Marco, are you getting Supergirl from Flash?
I do have her. Yeah.
You
and
do
that's-
have her.
that's- that's probably one of my favorite figures I've unboxed recently. Just the suit is beautiful. I think the sculpt was really strong. So yeah, I think a really, really good figure that I'm glad I got and didn't listen to all the noise and all the drama around it. So
Very nice. Oh boy. We're in trouble. All right, let me
You
just
open your
make
mouth,
sure.
man. What do you think's gonna happen?
We got How You Figure, channel member. What's up, X-Man? What's up, Field of Burn? What's going on, Justin? Thank you for being here. We got Collection Obsession. Hello. We are just getting going here. Joe P is in the house. What's going on, my friend? Thank you guys all for blowing up the chat. Before we get into figures, I just wanted to close this poll and see what you guys thought you were most excited about. Wow, it's actually close. So we had 60 votes, which is good turnout. Daredevil 48%. Wow, TIE Fighter went down 36%. Flash 10%. Red Hulk 5%. I thought Flash would be in last place, to be honest, but yeah. And Dealer's gonna be happy about this. We got one more person to say hello to. It's Jordan Skinner. Thank you for being here. Oh, he says much less than 900. Very good. Congrats to you, man. That's huge. That's the biggest regret I have is not getting that figure when I could have. So shame on me. Okay, let's get into it, everybody. Hit that like button while we're transitioning to some figures here. And
Graham, I gotta go actually. So
all right.
it's fun.
Well, thank you for
Yeah, I
being
think you
with us.
deserve that.
I do deserve that. Hey, you know what? We got 70 in the house. The people deserve to be
We
acknowledged.
love you guys.
We will always do
Even we
that.
want to talk
So
about figures sometimes.
even when we get to 200, we will skim through the chat. And this is a hangout, Marco and DLO.
No, I
These are
love
so
it. I love
uptight and
it.
spicy. All right. Drinking your Pepto-Bismol over there.
Passion fruit.
Red Hulk. Marco, did you see this movie?
I did see the movie. Didn't love it. Didn't love it, unfortunately. I thought it was decent, but yeah, this was probably the best part.
Would you compare it to like Thor, Love and Thunder, Ant-Man, Quantumania?
I
Is it
actually
like- would
enjoyed
you- like, is that-
Ant-Man.
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
So Love and Thunder I didn't like. Ant-Man I enjoyed. I'd say that this is probably like the first Ant-Man to me where I'm like, okay, it's a passable film. To me, it's not like a standout, but definitely, one that, is a solid enough film. And I think it's getting a pretty solid reception, which I'm very happy about because I do like Sam as or Wilson as Captain America. And I think it deserves some praise, but just wasn't particularly resonating with me. But yeah, this figure looks awesome.
You getting it?
I
You know what I
am.
mean?
I am. So I have the Avengers 1 Hulk. And if it wasn't for having that in hand, I don't know that I would have purchased this. Because really similar to that Venom, when it first dropped, you're like, I don't know, it just looks like a big toy. And for me, I'm like, I like hot toys or shrunken down versions of what I see on the screen. But I don't know. I think these figures, even with their joints, even with, you know, them not being as seamless as you would love, I think they're just awesome pieces. So this is, and the prices for what we get these days seems pretty reasonable.
I don't think the price is that bad at all.
Not too bad.
I mean, was it $390?
Yep,
Look
$390.
at Chewbacca, he's like $430. Get it? He's like a totally flocked figure and whatnot, but rooted. But yeah, you could definitely do worse, I think. DLO and I did not see the movie. We're both kind of just waiting for Disney Plus to kind of carry it. And
Good
from the
strategy.
reviews I've seen, you know, people are like, oh, yeah, they were comparing it basically. They're like, well, it's better than Thor, Love and Thunder, and Ant-Man. I was just like, I wasn't a big fan of either one of those. So I was like, it's not a big bar to kind of clear.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, it's cool to get a Hulk. I don't know if this is for me, but D'Lo, what do you? I know we kind of talked during the tease, where we are kind of like, well, you know, it's the same technology as the Hulks that we've gotten in the past, and you were kind of okay with that. Are you still in that same boat where, you know, you're good with this? You know, you can see the knee joints, the shoulder joints. It does say it's like a new body, but I guess just give me your thoughts.
Well, I mean, initially I was in the camp of like, you know, we need a seamless body, right? Let's do that. And my thought process to it was like, well, you know, like we're all realistic. We know that, you know, if they do this now, they'll make their money back, because, you know, eventually they'll do a 2.0 of a Hulk, you know, Avengers 1 or 2 or however many they want to make, right? And always recuperate their money. So I was thinking logically from their side, like, well, we know you're going to do it anyway. So why don't you just start with this Hulk here? Get us excited about this. Give us a reason to pick this one up, despite the fact, you know, this already looks good as it is. But, you know, really take it to the next level, because we know you're going to double dip on this, triple dip on this later on, whatever. But as far as this figure is concerned, I was a bit surprised that they changed the body on it there, because yes, the chest is different, because they did a side-by-side comparison between this and the first Hulk. So there's a clear difference there. I will say I like the figure. I don't love the figure. And it's not a knock on the obvious, the joints. Yes, the joints thing, you know, you're going to either rationalize having the joints or not. That's not what I'm concerned about. I'm really concerned about the head sculpt. Now, hear me out, folks. Yes, this looks like Harrison Ford. I'm not saying anything like that, but he looks very puffy. He looks very like he just had a reaction to something, so to speak here.
I wish you never said that. No,
I don't want to be that guy there, but it's just like, I really want this to be great for everybody who's going to pick this up. And okay, you're not going to give us seamless joints. It is what it is. No big deal. But like, he looks puffy. Like, I kept looking, because I was really impressed at first. I was like, oh, this looks really good. But I've seen about 95% of the movie, I'm pretty sure, on TikTok by now. So I've got an idea of what he should look like. And he's a little bit more in the jaw and the cheekbones, and he looks a little bit slimmer in the face. But slim that down. I don't like the sculpted hair. Someone was already mentioned it. I agree with you, person in the chat. They should have painted the hair, make it look a little bit more natural. I think they wouldn't kill him to do that. But I would have also liked, personally, I would have loved to them to repaint the upper torso that you got with the Age of Ultron Hulk, the one when he's arms up in the air like this, statuesque. So we had two different options, because this really just comes with a couple hands and that's it. No stand, no nothing else. It would have been nice if they gave us something like that. But that's just me being, you know, selfish. Price-wise, it's really, really good. I believe the last Hulk that we got was around $350. So by comparison to all the other stuff that's gone up in price since we've been collecting, this isn't as bad as the rest. The only thing that I will say is those knees are disgusting. Like, those are absolutely, that's the only thing that, like, I can get over the puffy face, the lack of detail in the chest hair, but those knees are bad. I don't like, they got to figure out something for that.
I don't really notice the knees on my Hulk, just because he's not bent far enough where you see him, and the pants pretty much cover him up. But yeah, it looks like the Harrison Ford ones on the Red Hulk are a little bit shorter, so you might just see them a little bit more with a little crouch of a pose or a little bend in the knee. which is
It's a weird thing
unfortunate.
it's a weird thing to redesign because, like you're saying, I think the joints worked really well on the other Hulk. So and I don't know of like long-term issues with that design. So why they chose this design is very bizarre. Because I agree, that's definitely the weakest part of the figure.
Yeah, and the shoulder joints, it is what it is, right? I think we all know we gotta sacrifice some things in order to have a movable, posable figure. But and I mean, you see them, but it's not like they're a total eyesore. It looks like they maybe though trimmed in the wrists just a little bit too. That will help because that I do notice on my Hulk is where like the hands just look like baseball mitts, like on the Hulk.
Right.
Like, they're just big. This looks a little bit more realistic. Proportions look more accurate, so that's a nice touch. But yeah, I guess I do see the difference here in the chest as well. So I mean, that is an upgrade. But you guys think we're actually going to get a reissue of a Hulk, of a green Hulk?
Absolutely. No doubt in my mind.
Absolutely.
I don't know if y'all saw the leaked images that are allegedly from either Doomsday or Secret Wars, but there's, potentially even more Hulks that we're going to see. So if they don't go back and redo this, we're getting more Hulks in the future. So
for sure.
And there you can see the newly developed red muscular body. And I think it was Clinton saying, like, why not paint the hair? Don't cheapen out on us here, Hot Toys. Come on. I think it looks good. I think he's just old. Like, so his skin naturally sags off of his skull. And then when he's making that face, it's just natural. But look at the teeth. That's pretty cool. Love the detail there.
Looks great. Looks great.
But yeah. No base, which kind of expected. But, I mean, it's a Hulk figure, right? This is exactly what mine came with too, except mine only has one faceplate, I believe, or one head sculpt, and just a couple hands. So yeah,
a Dio base wouldn't have been that hard for them to do, though, right? Like, just throw us that bone. But if it,
that
if
would've
it
been
means
cool.
pushing it over $400, then maybe I'm fine with $390. But give us a bit more value here, because you're right. It's
make
very bare
it
bones.
deluxe, right?
There you go.
Well, if
Yeah,
they
that too.
included the torso like I was recommending there, $390 would be a great deal all day long. But still good deal. Just I agree. It's just kind of could have added a little something extra to it. Maybe give us some I haven't watched the movie. I don't know if the shield gets bent or something like that, like it does in the movies these days. But some kind of anything he throws, just something that he can hold on to, at least something. I don't know.
Yeah.
There you go.
DLO, are you out on this? Are you gonna wait until you see the movie before you kind of decide, or what's your thought process?
I'm kind of 50-50 on it, regardless if I see the movie or not. I like the character. I like the design. But obviously watching the movie, maybe that might be the thing that pushes me to go and pre-order it. But right now I'm just kind of too 50-50 to know for sure. Cool.
So Marco is a for sure. You're a maybe, and I'm a no. I'm just not interested in this piece. Just I'm more interested in kind of what we're going to talk about next, which is Star Wars. And I know how quickly we all move forward. We don't like to dwell on last week's news. So I guess without further ado, let's go to the hot item that surprised us all. And it's the TIE Fighter pilot from Hot Toys, from A New Hope. OT for life, baby. Let's go. This is an exciting piece. Not without some concerns, but we're going to get into that. First thing I noticed, it doesn't look like there's any pleather on this bad boy.
No.
This looks like all cloth material. So that's not something you're going to have to worry about. You got the Death Star gunner, which is, I think, all pleather, right? Or is it just the upper torso?
With the gunner, it's the torso. Yeah, it's
Okay.
the
just the upper part.
The upper part.
So we were talking about this, Marco, in our Wolfpack group, about this TIE Fighter and if he's iconic. What say you about this? Like, is this something right off the bat? Is this something you're interested in? Is this something like it's more of just for a trooper to collect, like a trooper collector, or is this something that you're like has nostalgia and meaning to you?
Yeah, so your question of is it iconic? Absolutely. The original Stormtrooper design probably my favorite helmets of just anything. Just such a cool design, timeless. And so obviously you're building off of that, creating all black. Yeah, the scenes that these guys show up, and I know that there's alternate versions with like the lines, and I'm not as much of a expert on all of that, but I will just say like this design, absolutely classic, hits me in the nostalgia feels, and just like a no-brainer, as much of a no-brainer as it gets for me, because again, it's tied to that original Stormtrooper design. It's just so beautiful. Now I have seen, so it was kind of like a no-brainer to try to go after this guy, but I've seen some pictures of, comparisons. Is it of the sideshow version that has, kind of a different material, a bulkier body. And now it's got me thinking like, oh, maybe they could have done a bit better on this, but overall I think, it's a no-brainer. It's a beautiful, there you go. That's the one right there. So like, maybe there could be some improvements, but I think, once you get them posed up and on your shelf, it's going to be just a beautiful looking figure. But is this concerning you guys at all?
I'm nervous. I'll be the honest. I'm nervous. Okay. Cause I was over the moon doing backflips when I first saw the announcement. And then I saw this on Reddit. I'm like,
this was a
if you thought my take on puffy face Red Hulk was bad, when I saw this, I was nervous. So
don't like that.
So let's start with this. So the one on the right is the Rogue One version of the TIE pilot, first and foremost. So ignore what you see in the suits. It's accurate. The one on the left, it is accurate as far as that. The only concern I have is that is a really, really tiny body.
Looks like a kid in a Halloween costume.
So, yeah. It looks like, if Steve cosplayed in it, that would be, that's
no
what it looks
he's
like.
Missing the show to go to the gym after bullying like that.
No shame, no shade to my boy Steve. Shout out to Steve.
Shout out.
Yeah, guys, listen, you guys, are you guys happy with the proportions on it? Because like I said, it looks a little too small, and I've been trying all day to find photos from it, and all I can find, and this is the thing I hate about when I want to do research on a figure. Once the announcement comes out, everything in the search engine goes default to the figure right away. Like when I go on Google, I can't find anything that I want to research here. But I don't know, guys. I want this. I'm at this place where like I don't care if it looks like this as far as influencing my purchase. But I want to purchase it. I want to feel like at least the proportions look a little bit better than this. This looks way too big of a head, way too small of a body. It looks goofy. It feels like the one on the left I would think would be Sideshow, and the one on the right I think would have been Hot Toys.
It's true.
In the announcement photos, did they give us a full body shot like this? I don't recall.
Let's hop back over to that.
Because I didn't see anything in the announcement photos that made me as concerned as this photo. From
that post.
See, like, I don't know, like, do you ever think you notice something, but you're like, maybe it's just me and I'm just being weird about it, so it's probably just that. But then, because like I was like, kind of in some of these looks, like this looks fine. But in some of them, I'm like, it does look a little slender. But I'm like, it's probably just me. And then I see this on Reddit, and I'm like, I guess other people are thinking too. And I'm like, God, it looks really bad. Like, I don't know. Some of it could just be the photography as well, and the angle or the distance or whatever the case may be. But I will say, I'm like 10% worried. If he looks like this, I'm perfectly happy with it. Like, as long as he just looks normal, like a proportionate person would.
What if he looks like the post on Reddit though on the left?
Then I'm scared.
Okay. Now that photo that's in there, that's based off of a photo from Secret Base, right? He just cropped that out, and that's an actual photo from Secret Base itself. So I'm a little bit more than 10%.
And it's just hard to unsee as well, right? Because like now the helmet does look oversized.
Looks like a bobblehead.
Yeah.
Which I
now,
totally
the helmet's
did not
supposed
see.
to be big, but I think the body just makes it look overly big. I think that's where we're getting it wrong.
Clinton says the boots are not split. I was noticing that looks like the old style. So are these pleather boots? Because that would kind of stink.
It's rare to get split boots on Star
I
Wars
think
anyway,
this
so
looks
not
good
surprising.
though. I mean,
but dude, like, there's like 80% shading in this photo here. I mean, of course, it's gonna look good. Like, that's like,
I still see his body.
yeah,
Look it. There you go.
He's got no curves.
yeah, bro. It's boxy.
What I do like what they did though is they did split the glove.
Yeah,
So it'll be a lot easier to get the hands on. It's not like Darth Vader or anything like that, which they have fixed with Return of the Jedi. I will give them that, but still going to be easier. I don't know, man.
So
I
they
like
must have
this
just
too.
taken. They must have just taken the stormtrooper body,
right,
and then it's
exactly.
lacking all the armor, right? So
Mhm.
just maybe just a really poor choice of body, thinking, oh, 1-to-1 will translate, and it doesn't necessarily, because he doesn't have all the plastic on him.
Yeah. I agree with you though, because like, I don't know, we were playing this game in our little Wolfpack chat of like, I was asked, would I rather have was it this or Greedo?
No,
Something
it
like
was something
that?
a little bit more main character arced. So
I thought it was a Greedo, but do you remember what the was it this and something else?
yeah, I
Was
mean,
that Brick just comparing it to Marvel?
yeah, it's a brick situation here. I hate to call it like that. That sounds terrible. No, it's brick suggested.
Situation.
I think it was like or
Made
maybe it was me.
think
Maybe it
so.
was me. I don't know. I think I said Iron Man or TIE Pilot or something like that. I made up some kind of comparison like that. What would you rather have? Kind of thing.
Well,
it was an interesting conversation.
Yeah, Brick had a good point though, because he's like, you Star Wars guys, like you'll collect these background characters, but then if it's Marvel, it's gotta be this main character, and I'm like, yeah, that's kind of true. Like I am more willing to collect a background character in Star Wars, but I still haven't gone into like the Scum and Villainy line just because that's a little too background. Where like to me, like Marco said, like this is iconic for me too. Like the end of A New Hope was you have that image burned into your brain of that scene where he's fighting the TIE fighter, and I don't know, it was just cool. Like as short as it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean the TIE pilots and the X-Wing fighters. I mean that's always been like my favorite parts in the first, or I guess technically the fourth movie. Like before, I mean, New Hope has the least amount of lightsaber action out of every single Star Wars film.
Yep.
Right. So it's just like you really relied on the world building, between the Empire and the Rebellion, and a lot of it was like a lot of aerial stuff in space there. So for me, like, even though this is a background character, these were like one of the first characters I was introduced to in Star Wars. So for me, I don't really see him as a directly, in the background character. He is, but for me, he's not, just because, I mean, some of my favorite parts were just them fighting in space in their X-Wings and TIE pilots respectively. So I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm concerned about it. But it doesn't deter me from getting it either, just because I have thought about getting that Sideshow one for many, many years.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been on Wolfpack and said, man, one of my top picks is a TIE pilot. I just love TIE pilots, but it's coming. I hope it comes with the right proportions. If not, me personally, it's not going to affect me. I can Frankenstein. I'll get another body and put it in the suit and make it how I see it to be looking, because I'll do wacky shit like that. But I don't know. I think for the price as well too, $245. How do we feel about that? Because I was looking at that price and I was kind of scratching my head like, wow, we're gonna get a TIE pilot, no head sculpt, 2 guns, a couple pairs of hands, and a base for $245. Are we feeling okay about these prices here? Does it not feel like we're getting into that area where we're just really just going to throw out whatever number we feel like now and just like take it or leave it?
I'll let Marco go on that one.
Yeah, I'm super sensitive to price, right? It's definitely something that's always in the back of my mind. It didn't necessarily jump out at me, maybe because I've been so scared with like all the world events. I see a few comments in there that, the prices were going to have just like a huge jump all of a sudden. Like the Hulk I was scared of, this one I was scared of. And, initial reaction to those prices is like, okay, it seems pretty like there's not a huge cost that's been passed along to us just yet. So I get it is probably pretty expensive for what we're getting at the end of the day, but I think that's kind of been the new normal for me. So I think, around $250-ish for a trooper feels not absurd, but yeah, definitely not great value for sure.
Graham, you picked up the Revenge of the Sith. No, I'm sorry, the Return of the Jedi stormtrooper with the base, right? Recently,
Right.
Like, in the last, how much was that when you got that one?
I got it from Hawk.
Clinton's reading my mind. He just put it there, 240. See
Yeah,
that?
240.
Thank you,
is
Clinton.
the,
You're
price
those
on
on
that,
point,
but-
bro.
those were
Thank you so much
an
for that.
awesome package. I got 2 of those. I thought about more, but yeah, for 240 it was a no-brainer.
So, shout out
I
to
guess-
Clinton, bro.
I guess where I'm at is I don't really see any figures under that 245, 240 mark anymore. Like this is like 220 4 years ago. You know, it's just
Right.
I don't
Right.
like it, but I've kind of accepted that's kind of what it is.
Like you're
Um,
desensitized to it at this point.
I guess a little bit. Like what scares me more is when, the figures are starting to be like 330, and I'm like, well, what am I getting here for like 330? And this used to be like 275 or whatever the case may be, 280, and I get it though. Like you don't get a lot, but I mean, you don't really get a lot with most troopers. So, I mean, I don't even use that light up base, so I don't know. It's not really something I guess I thought about.
Maybe you should.
The cool thing about these two, when you saw them in Star Wars, is you kind of saw like throughout the movie stormtroopers, but then like it's like a beefed up version of that. Like you got the hoses, and then it's black, obviously, and then you got the emblems on the helmet and the shoulders. So it's just like a badass scene too. Where I mean, you only saw his head flying in a TIE fighter, but I don't know, it's just cool.
So menacing,
Vader
right?
was
When they
flying
show
over.
up on screen. Yeah, with
Yeah.
Vader. Yeah, definitely iconic.
But I mean, they definitely didn't take any risks with like the base or anything like that. I guess I wouldn't really expect them to, because they're on the Death Star and then they go into fly their TIE fighter. So like it's hard to like say, you should have done this or should have done that. I don't know.
I don't know,
But
I'm
it's a
just thinking
screen
of
accurate support suit, life support.
my gunner. I feel like it should be the same. My gunner is a little bit more stocky than this TIE pilot over here. I feel like they should be about the same size. in
I agree.
proportions.
Yeah, I
Have they
agree
ever
with
given
that.
us an update to any Star Wars releases or announcements to release? I'm trying to think of examples
Obi-Wan.
that jump out.
From the
that's right,
series, they updated the
Mhm.
head sculpt.
Great example. Okay, great recent example.
But let's end this topic on a positive side here. So this has been a sideshow, pretty much a sideshow exclusive for years now. But now we're starting to see them kind of delve into some stuff that sideshows made in the past that Hot Toys never. Like I'm thinking of General Grievous, for example, something like that. And we're getting more and more from the Clone Wars as well too. Commander Wolf comes to mind, for example. Do you think we're going to get like a second coming of some of these sideshow figures, and now we're at the point where Hot Toys is going to start tackling a lot more of these?
I hope so.
It's only a matter of time. Yeah, definitely going to happen.
And troopers are just easy for them to do too. You could do the AT-AT trooper, ATST, whatever you want to do. It's just easy money. People buy them in bulk, or pairs. Darth Kibbles says this versus Greedo is a good question. What would you guys pick?
Well, it's a hard question. That's why it's a good one, because you're talking about technically Greedo has lines in A New Hope, right? Whether you understand the language or not.
Yeah.
And he's somewhat iconic because obviously the controversy of who shot first. So now obviously popularity for me, I'd go pilot all day long. But I can see you making the argument for Greedo.
Yeah, for sure. This, and I know we're saying the sideshow version of this is better, obviously from a different film, but I do feel like Hot Toys is going to make a Greedo eventually. Maybe not those other characters from that line that they're putting out, the Scum and Villainy line, but I think a Greedo comes eventually, and it will probably be better than the sideshow version. So I think this guy.
I would pick this guy too, and honestly, I talked to DLO about this, but when they butchered that scene like 3 times, I was just like, I hate seeing that scene. Like the whole glitchy movement. Why couldn't you just leave it alone? Like it just helped. I think it just helps Han's arc, if we're being honest. Like, yeah, he was, he wasn't a really good guy, and then he kind of changed. So, but I think this is cool. So yeah, I'm getting this. What about you guys? Are you in on this?
Yeah, I'm gonna get it. But Hot Toys, fix it though. I'm begging you. I'm not giving you a hard time, but fix it.
Would you be okay if just a different body if they came out and said, hey,
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
using
I
a
mean, I
stock
don't
new
see
body?
anything wrong. I mean, listen. The flight suit looks correct. It looks accurate. The helmet, I think, again, it only looks too big because the body's wrong.
Yeah.
But everything else here, this is very much like the Death Star Gunner. It looks pretty darn close to that. So yeah, I think with the right proportions, maybe pad it out if you don't want to do a whole new body. Maybe give it some padding or something like that. Give it a fat suit, whatever you want to do. It feels like it just needs a little something because it's without all the fancy dark lights, and it's going to go in your case, my case, or somebody else's case. It's going to bother you more than it does right now in these really beautiful photos.
I think the other thing too, though, is a lot of these other troopers have armor, shoulder pieces, arm pieces, gauntlets. All he has is a suit, so like I think he's just naturally going to look like a normal dude wearing a helmet too. But I get what you're saying. If he looks like this, I'm good.
What if he looks like the Reddit post on the left?
Then I'll ship it your way. You can do a body swap, and we'll go from there.
You gonna take some money off the top? We'll talk.
It's
Sounds
kinda-
good. Sounds good.
It's kind of that whole argument with Bane, right? With that newly developed Bane, he's probably bigger than he was in the film, but that's how we all remember him. And maybe they looked at reference photos of this actual, actor or actors wearing this, and he was thin with a big helmet, but we kind of, I don't know, remember a bit more big, a bit more menacing. So just, pat it out or give us a different body.
And Hodor says the Rise of Skywalker, Kylo, and Rey got pretty substantial updates as well.
Good example. Okay.
There you go. All right. Yeah. So, Clint. Let's see here. Curtis mentioned Bib Fortuna would be the one he gets. I hope Sideshow tackles him because I would love him for the Jabba display. And I looked at the Sideshow one that's out now, and I think that was like from 2006 or 2007. That's a little too dated for me to pick up, but yeah, I was looking at Bouche Leia as well, and that's like 07, and that one is definitely dated. You can get that for under $100, so. But I won't. I'm stronger than that.
Those ankle joints are ruined, bro. 2006.
All right, let's move on to some DC stuff. We have The Flash. We have a release. And I don't know about you guys in the chat, maybe a figure that you kind of forgot about. Maybe you're excited for it. It looks so good if we're just being unbiased and looking at it. I love the red. Definitely will stand out on your shelf. I didn't understand the night and day difference from this and the Justice League version. Like, wow, night and day. Just amazing job on this figure. It's just such a shame that it's really not something that I personally want. I did enjoy the Flash most of the time. Most of the time it was just when Keaton was there. But I thought it was overall good. They did some things that pissed me off. I didn't like the beginning. I didn't like the end. But I thought there was a lot of good stuff in it too. But unfortunately, there wasn't enough good for me to really want to collect the line. Like I thought maybe at first, but then it just kind of faded in my memory, and it didn't stick to the ribs, if you will. And it's kind of a shame because I really do like this figure, and I think he turned out great. But what are your guys' thoughts? Anybody picking this up?
Marco, you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll
Ooh,
go for
look
it.
at that.
So, yeah, thanks for that. I am picking this one up. I am hearing myself here. I'm getting way too much shit. I need to slow down a little bit. But I am picking this one up. I did enjoy the Flash film as well. I think like the designs were cool. It was a stupid film. Like it really was dumb. But I think it was an enjoyable time or an enjoyable watch at the very least. And so I think this is a really cool line. And I don't know, these blogger photos aren't great. I think it doesn't necessarily showcase the figure as well as, a few other folks that I've seen on Instagram that have the figure already. You kind of can get some cool running poses out of this. But I think for me, this sounds weird for the character, but this is probably standing straight up and down, like about to run, because I can't see myself posing this suit too crazy. I'm definitely not one of those guys. So yeah, I think the overall design and of the suit and the figure itself look really good, regardless of how you feel about the film or the actor himself.
Are you going all in on this line? Because I know you have Supergirl. What about Keaton and Ben Affleck and the bike?
I'm getting Keaton, and then the bike. Yeah, I'm passing on that. The bike looked really cool, but that Batman figure just was not speaking to me. So yeah, I'm getting the big three, and that's it for me. I actually did have the Barry Allen, or sorry, the young Barry Allen on order as well. I thought that was a really cool figure. I was very disappointed that one got canceled, because just the novelty of having a Batman suit that Flash is wearing was cool to me, but I get why it might not have resonated with others.
DLO, I know you're going for Keaton.
Mhm.
What about Supergirl? Like, do you think Supergirl and the Flash with Keaton would be a cool trifecta, or are you just getting Keaton for Batman to have with other Batman?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, like, my enthusiasm for the movie really, over time, just kind of dwindled. I was really excited. You know, I liked the movie when I first saw it. But, you know, catching up on replay, picking it apart, looking at the CGI, kind of the mess of it all there.
It doesn't hold up.
It's
Yeah, it
supposed to
doesn't
look like that.
Yeah, no, that was what an excuse there. Right? But yeah, I mean, after a while, like my hype for it kind of faded there, truth be told. I mean, figures wise, I will say, you know, no fault to Hot Toys, I think they've made 4 excellent figures because they are depicted and created exactly how they were in film, for better or for worse. They did their part. So exceptional figures for all of them, in my opinion there. But as far as like, you know, I'm kind of like, I've been talking too much to Brick lately, and it's just like, now it's like, I'm so close to this new James Gunn universe. Like, do I really want to get a Flash figure for not my favorite Flash movie? I mean, I already have him for Justice League, and I think I prefer his character so much more, especially after watching Snyder Cut, so much more than I did, you know, this version of it there. Granted, this may have a more accurate Flash suit, but for me, just everything that kind of surrounds the movie, its mediocrity, its poor editing of CGI, and even some of the content, because I'm not gonna lie, some of that does kind of bother me as well too, personally as well. I can't hide that anymore, because it's like the more you find out, the more like, I don't know if this is for me anymore. I'm at the point where like, I love that Supergirl. I would have loved to pick up that Supergirl, but in my head, like, I'm gonna see Supergirl pretty soon in the new Superman movie, and you know they're gonna make a figure for that. So why am I gonna jump in on this one? Though respectfully, she came out fantastic. I just feel like at this point, I'm kind of over the whole Snyderverse in general, and I'm just like, Keaton is an exception because Keaton is the GOAT, and I need to have another Keaton, so I'm going to get that. But the Batman suit for Ben Affleck was the worst one he's ever worn. This suit here was just all CGI and looked meh at best. And the Supergirl is probably I love the most out of all them there. But again, she's already got to replace. So I'm like, why am I going to go and invest in this now? So I guess for me, I'm just going to stick to Keaton and call it a day on this line. But for everybody else, they're all beautiful figures. They really are. There's nothing wrong with them. I'm just kind of over it at this point.
I'm kind of with you too. Like, I think I'm down to just Nightmare Batman and BVS Batman. Like, I sold my in-art Superman already too. Like, A, that figure just wasn't jiving with me, but B, I'm kind of just over it. Like, I love Batman and Ben Affleck was great. So yeah, I'm gonna keep those, and I love how the suit looks and everything, and Nightmare is just so cool. But I don't know if I'm want to keep collecting, you know, that line. Obviously I'll get Harley Quinn when she comes out, but that's probably going to be it. Like, she's just going to stand in between the two Batman figures, and I still think BVS is a really good movie if you watch the director's cut. I really like the slow burn of it. It's really just a great film, but like, other than that, they just so many missed opportunities, and after a while it just kind of like takes its toll. Like, they didn't even make an Aquaman figure for like Aquaman 2. Like, they're just like, we're done too. So canceled Young Barry and all that stuff. So I'm ready to move on too. I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
Look at the bunching going on here. Looks like his ball sack got like
You caught yourself.
mushed up.
You caught yourself. Something else was going to come out there.
Yeah, this figure doesn't seem like it's meant to be posed, which again is not compatible with the character, but the moment you start moving it around, it's getting pretty yucky.
I will say this figure makes the suit look better than it did in the movie, though.
True.
Yeah. Good head sculpt too. But
Great head sculpt.
But yeah, kind of like what you said, like kind of just freaks me out a little bit, like the guy.
It creeps me out. I'm not gonna lie,
So,
it creeps me out. Like
this is okay. I can deal with the mask on, but I don't know.
Sure.
It's crazy. I don't know.
Yeah.
But they did a really good job. And it's interesting the technology that they used for swapping out the mask with the portrait and all that stuff too, and the mouthpieces. But yeah, I mean, you can see, but I guess that's no different than like a Spider-Man figure. Like it's kind of that same thick material for some of those where it's going to bunch up.
I'd be curious to know how well the material rebounds after posing.
Sure.
You know? Because this kind of gives me more like Iron Spider vibes when it comes to the material, as
Like
opposed to like
Krypton.
the actual Spider-Man suits they use. Because those rebound, in fairness.
SG wants to know if the movie comes out good, are y'all getting all the characters from Superman? It's tough to say. Superman's always been like, I like him, but I've always been like, I don't know, like Star Wars, Batman, TMNT were always just way above that. Like Superman was cool, but I don't know if I'll collect it or not. I guess we'll have to wait and see.
I'd probably get it. I've learned to like appreciate Superman as I got older, to be honest with you. When I was a kid, it's just like, he's not cool. He has all the powers, you know, you can't beat him. It's boring. At least Batman's human. He spends billions of dollars to make cool weapons. But I don't know. After seeing like the original Superman movie, like I've always had more of a appreciation for not only the character, but what the character stands for. So I'd probably get into that line. I think I will get into that line one way or the other, because I'm going to need a Supergirl. So
There you go.
we'll see how many figures. We'll see how good the movie is. That's going to be a big deal. So
A lot of characters already in the trailer, so if it's a great film, it could be a deep line, but I'm optimistic it's going to be a good film. And I don't know, a lot of goofy designs, so hopefully there's only like one or two characters I'd really want, but we'll see.
Yeah, Marco seems like he's been splurging lately, so he's probably gonna be all in.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts on this guy?
I think the fact that it comes with a ring is super badass. I love that feature. Did you know that?
I did. I didn't know you liked that though, but yeah.
That's cool. Like, listen, I take that over a coin. Ooh, coin.
Would you wear it in public?
The ring?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I would.
Here's my card.
Oh, how did that get there?
Buying
Sorry.
something. Cha-cha. Pound it, bro. All right. I like these bases too, but at the same time, I
Those bases are
believe
great. I like those bases a lot.
aesthetically they look great, but they are very cheaply made, which is actually surprising. They're like hollow and
Oh,
which is
really? I didn't
lights
know
are
that.
whatever.
very
It's
good.
fine. Marco, are you going to use the electricity effects?
Probably
Just
the
have
only
some-
way I'm going to get any type of dynamic look to them. So I think I'm going to have to, even though I kind of hate those little plastic electric effects. Sometimes it's a necessary evil. So this is maybe like that is probably the
That's
most
cool.
I'm going to pose them. So it looks good just standing right there.
Even that's pretty cool pose too. I
It's
mean,
the
he's
best
just
of luck.
standing there, but yeah.
It
I
said,
saw,
like, every
I saw
photo
somebody
has a
did a
ring to that.
review. Somebody reviewed them and they did like just a walking pose. I can't remember who that was, but basically just
Figure hideout.
Yes, that was it.
Mhm.
I thought that was a really badass pose, actually. Simple but really effective.
Like
But-
literally, he's standing. He still has wrinkles on his arms.
Yeah.
Like it's like a newborn baby.
Rolls and rolls, but man, they did a really good job though. Like, looks just like him. I don't have any complaints about that. But I will not be getting him, so let's move on to the Daredevil tease. Born Again. So the new, would you call it a new series or a continuation? Started yesterday. I haven't watched it yet. Marco hasn't watched it yet, but D'Lo's all in. He's all horned up about it, so I'll let him kind of go first about this.
Yep. Thank you, Graham. As he said, I'm all horned up about this. So yes, could it be more horned? But look, it's a teaser right now. Timing's fantastic. Shout out to Hot Toys for really just like capitalizing on the excitement of the new show. Listen, I mean, Marvel is going through resurgence right now. Like, really, really going through a nice resurgence because for so long we've gotten so much Marvel stuff and so much was filler, which is ironically what we were just talking about with Star Wars. But now we're talking about a figure that I've wanted since I've been in the hobby for so many years. The original one came out in 2017, figure-wise, and it's always gone up for a pretty hefty price. And, you know, we're going to get a new one because of this show. And there's probably a good chance we're going to get other characters as well. Kingpin, probably Punisher, definitely Punisher. And, you know, now it's a really good time to get into Marvel collecting again. Yes, very much so, Kirby, very much so. But yeah, I mean, the new suit is interesting. I don't know if I love it yet. It's still too new for me because the first one is pretty iconic in its own right there. But I will say what I'm looking for is really good articulation. I'm looking for a much better head sculpt than the last one had. I don't think you're gonna need purrs on this figure. Also, probably another head sculpt as well too. That would be nice, a full head sculpt for him as well. So, yeah, figure wise, I'm very excited about it. TV show has definitely given me high hopes that this is going to be another great series. But yeah, I want to see the initial photos here because I think this is going to be a hell of a piece. What I do want though is I do kind of want the diorama piece that we're talking about. I think actually Stryker was the one who actually brought it up, ironically. Kind of like a church scene, something like that. Just give me something like a cool background for this one here, because I mean he's very much on the rooftops on a gargoyle or a church or something like that, and I just think that would be an awesome background piece of that because they did a cool little mini diorama for his base back in the day. So I'd love for them to do something like that again. But yeah, I'm hoping that I'm hoping Hot Toys gets into this here, and hopefully if we see some cameos from other superheroes, that'd be nice to see if we see some figures. So I mean, there's a lot of excitement for me personally here. I love the show. I love the new one, and this new figure coming out just got me back in the Marvel feels. So yeah, I'm loving this.
Yeah, I mean, you were talking about it, like Marvel needs something to kind of jumpstart them again, and you know, Guardians was great, but didn't seem like it did it. But like maybe this is just something like they're kind of starting a new era again, and this could be what gets people going. I mean, obviously Deadpool was pretty good too. But Marco, is this something you're gonna get? Or are you gonna have to watch the show first, or are you excited?
Yeah, very excited to watch the show, honestly. I really enjoyed the first few seasons of the Netflix series. I thought we would never see those characters again. John Bernthal's Punisher, I always want to call him Jeremy Benthal. Shout out to Ben Thomas. His Punisher, so I'm excited to see how they integrate that, and if we see a cool costume, if we get a figure from that, which I assume we will. So yeah, overall, like really excited about this show being on and getting a lot of good buzz. But I'm with you that they've got to not cheap out on this iteration of the figure, right? Because we've had a few different versions already. Like, give us that Dio base, give us the head sculpt, give us like plenty of cool accessories. Right now, I've got my Netflix Daredevil pose. You can't really see it, but he's there in the middle. But he's posed with the 89 Batman. Yeah, you can't see it. There's no lights up there yet.
Dark.
Gotcha. Yeah, just all right. That was a dud. But he's posed with the 89. Yeah, he's posed with the 89 Batman gargoyle base. I thought that kind of gave the mood that I was after. So would love to see some pieces that complement the figure, because yeah, this suit design looks really cool. Interested to see how much I love it in the film. He popped up in Echo, that show Echo, and I felt like that was the best part of the show, honestly, when he popped up. That was a incredible scene. So yeah, I think overall a lot of potential here, but hopefully Hot Toys does not phone in these announcements from this show and actually gives us lots of the things that we're asking for.
Yeah, I agree. Stryker says, I think the other two suits are going to be exclusive, and I hope they create a Kingpin finally. That would be pretty cool. Kingpin?
That'd be fantastic. I love that idea.
About time.
Yeah, I mean, I got to catch up, so I don't really have a whole lot of skin in the game here or thoughts. I mean, I think just from the tease, he looks great. I have seen the other couple renditions of Daredevil. I got to finish the first part of the Netflix one. So, but yeah, I mean, this could be coming today, this week, next week. I would assume this would be soon. I think they're going to strike the iron when it's hot, as opposed to, I don't think it makes much sense to tease this right when the show's starting and then let it sit forever. So I think this will come pretty quick.
But to my point, I just want to make here, as far as like the figures that we're getting, like if you go back down the catalog of things that are up for pre-order, I mean, you got Wolverine, that should be anytime now. The strike suit for Captain America. You don't forget the Andrew Garfield Amazing Spider-Man from the first movie. You got the new Moon Knight.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that one.
You know, you got a Doom coming out here, Blade. So I mean, you're getting some real heavy hitters. You're not getting like the Marvel TV show kind of stuff. You know what I mean? You're not getting that filler stuff. Like, you're getting the characters you actually want, and you're not having to go backwards and, you know, hunt down these older figures now. Like, you're getting like the good shit from Marvel right now, and legitimately getting it at retail price, 2.0, better head sculpts, purrs. I mean, the whole nine. So like, this is like a low key time to, like, if you're remotely a fan of Marvel and you don't want to get every kind of representation just to, you know, find the right one, you want the definitive one. You're getting definitive takes from Marvel right now. You're not getting the full of bullshit outside of Iron Man and Spider-Man. You're still going to get those, but like, you're getting like the shit you want from Marvel right now, which is like got me excited. So
all until Secret Wars, when we get it all over again, and those
right,
are
and that vicious circle there. But I don't know. I've thought about that too, Marcos, and I'm thinking to myself like, I'm kind of more. I'm more of a nostalgia kind of guy now. Like, anything like post Endgame, I'm really not that crazy of, unless it's something like this.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I mean, Marvel is low key cooking, and of course, Brick's gonna love hearing that coming out of my mouth. But I mean, it really is. It really is. I mean, listen, we just talked about a TIE pilot, which I'm personally very excited about, but I can't sit here and say that I disagree with the poll from earlier, because I'm kind of more excited about Daredevil right now, simply for the fact that, like, it's the main character conversation we were having in Wolfpack chat. Like, as far as if I had to pick a TIE pilot over Daredevil, it will be extremely difficult, and I would lean only on TIE pilot simply the nostalgia and passion I have for A New Hope. But if it was something like a 501st Clone Trooper compared to Daredevil, I'm gonna get Daredevil like every single time. So, you know, it's just one of those things where, like, you know, there's so much riches right now available in every IP, where they're giving us great stuff from everybody now at this point, that it's getting really, really hard to ignore some of these other ones, like these Marvel offerings we've been getting lately, because they're good. They're really good. I mean, I don't think I'm going to add more Marvel into my collection. I think I'm going to replace more, which feels great, because I feel like, okay, I'm getting more definitive stuff. I'm going to get that Artisan Black Widow. I'm going to get that Artisan Scarlet Witch. I'm going to get that you know, shield suit for Captain America. I've got Bucky from Winter Soldier. So I'm like, I'm getting the good stuff from these guys. Yeah, I know, right? I mean, you put those together, those are some good figures right there. So yeah, then of course, obviously, I'm still waiting on Gambit to be announced formally from Deadpool, right? Wolverine's coming soon. I just got my Deadpool recently myself. You know, there's some good shit going on in the Marvel world. We can't sleep on it anymore. It's coming from the Batman guy.
Right. Yeah. No, I agree. Like, I think I would pick the TIE Fighter pilot over this too, just because of exactly what you said. Like, more nostalgia. I'm more of a Star Wars collector than Marvel. But I gotta admit though, too, like, you know, these figures are starting to look badass too. Like, having a Daredevil in the collection would be cool, but I don't know. Like, it's tough because everything Hot Toys does looks great. So I gotta just like remind myself, hey, stay in your lane, you know, and you don't need that shit. Like, otherwise I'll just be selling it later on down the road. But it's tempting, you know, because it's a cool outfit. Like, Daredevil, the story of Daredevil is really cool too. The show I did enjoy from what I watched. So yeah, we'll see. I gotta jump into this. Maybe Marco and I can like call each other and have like a little watch party together and tell our thoughts. And...
I would love nothing more. No, you hang up.
All right, let's watch it over again. I want us to really dive deep into what the character's feeling
Pause. No Diddy.
here. Diddy, no Diddy.
You were doing a little bit of a Joker voice right there.
Who's that?
You were, Graham.
Oh yeah,
You were getting a
My sick
little bit
voice.
into the Joker.
right. Oh man. Field of Burn says I would pick up a comic Daredevil. That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
X-Man says wants this figure, but yeah, he's got Wolverine, Deadpool's to look forward to. Wolverines, Deadpool's plural, to look forward to. Really quickly, guys. Any final thoughts on this? Obviously, it's just a tease, so we don't really have, a ton. But any final thoughts on the Daredevil before we move on to our last thing here?
I've said everything I got to say about Deadpool. So, Daredevil. So you guys go at it if you guys have anything here. I'm 100% on board. I'm buying it. I'm just hoping that there's like not a final suit that's more common accurate at the end. That would stink, because then I would be wondering if I should get two or not. But I'm getting at least one Daredevil for sure.
Dang, yeah. Very tempted, but let's see what they add with the whole package to entice me to pick up another version of Daredevil.
Yeah, because Jose Plus brings to the point that kind of, and Mike as well too, to give credit to both guys, like it doesn't have the Daredevil logo yet, which is still so weird.
Can they do that and be, he is blind. Would he really be putting DD on his chest?
He wants you to know who
who's
he
that
is.
for?
Yeah, for your note, he knows who he is. He wants you to
He
know.
knows who he is. He wants you to know. All right.
The villains would be like, "Oh my God, it's DD."
That's right.
Yeah. But no, it feels weird not having the DD. And it's almost like Venom without the symbiote, logo as well too. So it is. I get that argument there. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe that's kind of what I was saying. Maybe they'll go ahead and they'll do it on the final suit at the end of the season or something like that. That'd be interesting. But yeah, between I keep saying Deadpool, between Daredevil and Punisher, like that's a double whammy for me. Like I'm gonna get a Punisher as well too. So
Punisher's more of a must, because I had to kind of do a little
Kit Bash. Nice.
Yeah. But that's my stand-in until I can get a proper Hot Toys version.
Yeah, for sure. That's definitely a must. What do we got here, Graham?
Well, Dirk Diddler's stunt double read my mind. Did you guys see the tease from Blitzway on the DeLorean? Teasing the power windows. So yeah, this is we're gonna finish up on your weekly DeLorean tease from Blitzway. I think 2 weeks ago we saw like the silhouette. Last week was the seat, and now this week is the window. Maybe eventually we'll piece this thing together and we'll see what we all got. But man, that is pretty cool, right? I want to know what you guys think. A really cool feature. You're gonna pay for it. Is it practical though? Like, is it something that you're gonna like sit there and power your windows up and down? Or I mean, what do you think? Like, is this something you're stoked about?
I mean, cool,
Yeah.
I guess. But I mean, where are we going with these teases? Is the motherfucker gonna fly in a couple more weeks? Like I mean, that's cool, but I'm like, where is this going to? Like, because you just said yourself, you're paying for power windows on a 1.6.
You're gonna be paying for this.
You're paying for power windows, yeah.
I mean, it's cool, but is it practical? Like, I don't know.
I mean, this feels very like such a jazzing thing to do. Like, hey, we can do it, so we're gonna do it, kind of thing. But I mean, does anybody have opinion about power windows on a 1.6 vehicle? I mean,
Was not at the top of the wish list for sure.
yeah, I'm not sure how much of a talking point that you can go, which is power windows. But do you think there's anything else that they're gonna add on? Is it gonna fly? That's all I care about this point. Will it fly?
Remote
Scratch
controlled,
that.
like
Will
a drone.
It freaking time travel?
Yeah.
Has Blitzway cracked it? Have they finally done it?
Yeah, the Casablanca is a really good comment here. This is the same mentality of J&D Studio silicone head sculpt.
Yeah.
I mean, not wrong. Here's a question though. What do you guys what would you want to see Blitzway do to improve this from like the Hot Toys version? Like, Is there something from the Hot Toys version that you're like, man, I really hope they do this?
Allow the lights to stay on with the smart plug.
Yes. God,
What
that's
a
That's a big
dumb
one.
decision. Come on, that's the biggest flaw with the Hot Toys, which I love. Like, I'm happy to have it, but why did you design it like that? Come on.
great point.
Yep.
Well, and if you're gonna be stupid and make it an on and off switch or a button, why not put it somewhere at least a little bit more accessible than lifting up the hood and then, you know, like, I don't know. It's just
Yeah, it was
very
just
fragile.
stupid.
such a turn off for a vehicle that you always want lit up, right? Like I never turn mine on because what's the point? I'm not going to open the case up, turn it on, open the case up, turn it off. But yeah, that's a great point, and that's something so easy that they could do. But how about you, DLO? Is there anything else that you found from your DeLorean that you'd like rectified?
I'm a pretty simple guy, but if I had to throw in something on top of the excellent point that Marco just made, let's get some sounds in that bad boy. I want to hear some sound clips coming from the movie in that thing. I don't know which ones. Maybe a quote from Doc or something like that, or we don't need where we're going. We don't need roads. Something cool.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Well, the
Listen.
window goes down.
This is going to cost over $1,000. You know it. I know it. We
Oh,
all
yeah.
know it. So I'm going to just throw out whatever freaking thing comes in my head, and I want it in the vehicle. And then I'm still not going to buy it. But yeah, sound effects would be cool. I don't know what else. I mean, what do you do? You make a more accurate
I didn't have any
dash?
complaints. I honestly didn't have any complaints other than the light up feature with the Hot Toys one. So that's why I asked you guys, because I'm good with mine, but I don't even know, like, I don't really have a whole lot of nitpicks.
This
the DeLorean.
vehicle choice is so perplexing, because when we talked about it last week with our weekly update that we got from last week from Blitzway, I said they had to be really confident about what they got here, and they've got to have something that's going to knock our socks off, because, I mean, for that one flaw with the light, which I think is a big flaw, outside of that, I mean, I can't really think of something that I'm really missing with this here.
That's cool. Have a
That
remote
would be
control to
cool.
open the doors.
That'll probably be a feature as well, too.
I mean, yeah, if you're using, if you're doing electric windows, why not?
Would the windows have to be glass? Because I can't imagine you'd have plastic or acrylic kind of going up and down like this.
It's a good point.
Good point.
I don't
might pay
have
for that.
the Ecto 1, so I don't know if those glasses are actual glass or not, but yeah, it's starting to add up. The more and more things we see on here, it's like, this is, like you said, D-Lo, it's going to be over $1,000. I wouldn't be shocked if it's pushing over 2.
You know what this feels like, though? This feels like when you go in car shopping in real life, though, too, right? You go on cars.com or whatever your popular website is, right? You're like, ooh, that's a good deal. I'm going to go to that dealership and pick out that. And then when you get there, it's not the model you saw online. This one has the premium package, right? With the leather seats and the ass warmers and all that other stuff that you don't really need, right? But it's not that.
I need the ass warmers,
online.
guys. I'm in the Midwest.
Well, you're in Midwest. You're a little different. Can you imagine having those in freaking Florida? Swamp ass anybody. Hello. But no, I mean, it feels like that. You're just basically going to a dealership. You're basically picking out the same car, except this one has just more features than the other one. But you're going to be paying an extra $10K for that sport package. You know, something like that's what it feels like. Honestly, I don't know. It just feels like. How do you make it? Seriously, jokes aside. I mean, what do you do? I mean, I would love. I mean, listen, if somebody in the chat can chat me up and say, "Hey, what's a practical thing that this character, the vehicle needs to make this justifiable to not only for them to make it, but for you to buy it?" I would love for somebody in the chat to tell me what it is, because I can't think of anything. I really can't. USB lights, and I'm happy. Yeah, not having to open up my case, I'm happy. Do I want to spend another $1,000 to get that and try to sell my DeLorean? Absolutely not. I don't want to go through that nonsense. So I don't know, boys, jump in anytime. If you have any suggestions, I feel like I'm talking for everybody here. Does anybody know what this car needs to make it worth it?
No, I mean,
I
I don't. Like, I just think the Hot Toys one is perfectly fine. Obviously, you could do like real titanium body or you know, metal pieces and stuff like that, but I don't know. Like, I'm just not this. Okay, so for some people though, this will be like their '89 Batmobile for me. Like I
Sure.
wanted the most accurate one, I wanted the most detailed one, so I was willing to finally just spend up and get it. I'm not willing to do that with the DeLorean. I'm perfectly happy with what I got, but I will say there's probably people out there though that are pretty excited about this because this is their trilogy, this is their movie, this is their most iconic vehicle, which is something you could argue, even if you're not the biggest fan of the movie, you could argue.
Huge pop culture is iconic.
You're right.
Absolutely, it's all right for sure.
So I do see, there being a market though for this kind of a vehicle. It's just not something that's up my alley. So I can't really tell you like what I'd want to see different other than the light up feature that Marco said. So, maybe they change the hover mode, because I'm just looking at mine and you can kind of, it's not ugly or anything, but I don't know, just something a little bit more better engineered. I don't know, because they had problems with that too. Hot Toys did, so maybe it's just some better technology or engineering. I don't know.
Yeah, Collector Session came out with a good one here. Remote control to drive the car. Hey, that might be something.
I mean, I know Denobi does that, so I mean, there's probably collectors out there that want to be able to actually drive it, but
if I'm spending over $1,000, I'm probably not putting it on the ground and driving it around. If I'm being
Fair point.
honest,
Fair point, Marco.
I was just thinking running into a wall and get that paint scratch on there.
Okay, imagine.
You just picture the post online. Finally, my grill. I've always wanted this vehicle, and then like 2 weeks later, guys, bad news. I hit a corner real bad.
Yeah.
Anybody have any
I'm kind of
recommendations for
excited
paints?
though. I do want to see like the actual vehicle. I want to see what they do. I mean,
Well, one thing they're doing right is they're piquing my curiosity because, like, okay, you're first of all, you're dragging this on now, okay? So now you're showing a power window. Now, in fairness, that is cool. That is cool, but is it enough to me to run out and get your product? No. So maybe at this point, maybe let's just cut to chase here. What do you have?
how many
What do you
teases
have
do you
there?
need here?
Yeah, because I mean, for me, it's getting old now, quite honestly, because kind of like you here, like, listen, I get it. The Batmobile, you had to do what you had to do. I respect that. And I know for a lot of people love the DeLorean, but my thing here is, to your point about that from earlier, if you're such a big fan of DeLorean, why didn't you get part 2? That was only about a year and change ago. Or why didn't you get part 3? That was even more recent. Like the timing of this announcement after people are now getting their part 3 as we speak right now. I mean, what do you got that's so much better than what we just got less than 2 years ago?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not like it's up for a reissue or anything like that. Like it's a fairly new vehicle that Hot Toys has been doing. So yeah, it's interesting. But I still think there's a market, like a small market of people that are going to want the best of the best here. So
I'm also more intrigued to see if they do the figures, right? Because
That's the
Hot
big
Toys isn't giving it, right? Yeah, Hot Toys isn't giving us those part 2
True.
figures. Obviously, that dock left a lot to be desired. So if they actually do figures, maybe I'd be perfectly fine with pairing those with my Hot Toys DeLorean as well.
that's a great point. Like if you get the whole package, I think that's definitely gonna sell this, and people are gonna want those figures kind of 2.0, if you will, or just made better.
Yeah.
X-Men has a pretty good comment here too. Is the Hot Toys DeLorean properly scaled? That's a big part of why I went with Jazz Inc. So what I've heard is Hot Toys underscales all of their vehicles.
facts. They do. They definitely do.
Do you know why?
I'm sure it has something to do with cost. That's usually the go-to for something like that. But yeah, I mean, as far as, what's going to get any attention here, it's going to be if they make the figures. That's really, like what Marco said, that's really going to be its saving grace over here, because I don't know, you got this DeLorean out here. I mean, what other vehicles are out on the markets right now? I mean, Jazz Inc. is cooking up something again. I forget what it is. I mean, there's so much in the market right now. I'm sorry?
Aren't they doing a Tumbler?
They talked about the Tumble, yes. I haven't seen anything official from them there, but I know they're working on the Catwoman from 66. I saw that recently, that post the other day. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. This feels like a misstep on Blitzway's part. Maybe it's too soon to tell. Maybe I'm overreacting, but it feels like this is like tone deaf to what's already on the in the market, right? I mean, what's Blitzway is known for mostly with most people today is they're known for Ghostbusters, right?
True.
I mean, I would have rather got an announcement officially that they're re-releasing the Ghostbusters as opposed to this DeLorean, in my opinion. I feel like that would be the more exciting news for fans of Blitzway to hear today, not this. So, I don't know. I feel like they're trying to generate buzz, and they are getting some buzz. We're talking about it now, but it just feels like if it's just more the same of what the Hot Toys one is, but it has a couple of extra little features, I don't know if it's enough to get people excited enough to go out and vote with their wallet. I really don't.
Isn't the Hot Toys one though going for like $1,000 on the secondhand market?
I don't know. I haven't looked truthfully there, but the first one was for a long time before the second one is.
Probably.
So I can't tell you for sure what they are right now, but I don't know. I've seen them locally go for a little bit over $100 over retail. Like I haven't seen astronomical prices broke for that yet. It's still fairly attainable right now.
At what price would you consider upgrading? Because I feel like for me, like $1,300 shipped max, and even then, I'm just stick with my Hot Toys.
See, that's the thing, Marcus. I'm trying to find a reason to upgrade, right? Like
Right.
that's where my challenge is. It's not so much that
Even if
I
it's the same
didn't-
price, you got to sell yours.
right. So arguably speaking, like let's say I didn't have a DeLorean, yeah, I'd be a lot more excited about this, right? But my point is about that. It's just like, well, we've gotten 2 DeLoreans in the past 2 years, right? So, why weren't you on the boat then? Now, granted, people come in at different times and stuff like that. Respectfully, you can miss the boat on some things, but at the same time, it's just like it's pretty recent. Like it wasn't too long ago, and people are still getting conversions on Sideshow all the time for these. So I don't know. It just feels like, again, they've got to be either really confident that they got something that's going to wow the market and get people invested in buying their version, or they're just not reading things right, and this is going to be a bust unless they are going to make Marty and Doc, which will probably save their asses because people will probably want to get that DeLorean to go with that version of Marty and Doc from them, because people are completionists at the end of the day.
Look at these prices, DLO. Maybe we should sell.
Time to
No,
put it up.
No, I'm
That's
good.
crazy.
That's brand
That's-
new,
Brand new.
but
What's
pre-owned.
pre-owned?
1,200.
Damn, that's from Japan.
Oh damn!
Never
1,200.
trusted Japan sells. Like, let's see, get someone local.
Son of a gun.
I'm just saying, those always like mark it up there. I don't know. Look at that.
859,
That's part 3.
900.
Malaysia.
Malaysia. Let's see here.
China.
Japan. Has anybody sold theirs in the US of A?
It's like
Let's
US
refine
only.
this here a little bit. Okay.
That was brand new. Brand new.
Yep, these are brand new.
Yeah.
Brand new. But still,
new.
I mean, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's like almost double.
Just about.
Oh no, it was 800. I'm thinking of the Batmobile was like 7.
Yeah.
So yeah, but still healthy prices. So I mean, if you're in the market, basically is what I'm getting at. This might not be bad unless it's like, yeah, $2,000, then it might not be worth it. But if this is 1,000 to even like 1,400, maybe.
We'll see.
Seems like there's still a market.
I'll keep you guys posted if he still has his DeLorean by next show.
Well, we'll have to just wait anxiously for next week's tease from Blitzway on what they're going to show next. Maybe an
the
alloy
power
wheel. What'd you say?
The power cord. Probably.
Yeah, maybe the power cord,
Ooh,
flux capacitor.
pulling out the fancy upgrades, huh?
Oh man. Well, hey, we are going to call it a night here. I'm actually pretty proud of myself. I made it out fairly well, and I'm going to sleep good tonight. But it was an honor having 1-6 Fix in the house on Wolfpack Wednesdays. Appreciate you, Marco, kind of taking the time to hang out with us tonight, especially last minute too. But if you just want to plug your channel or just let us know where to find you, let the chat know where to find you.
Yeah, first of all, thanks for having me. Appreciate, again, unbanning me. So happy to be back in the family here with the Wolfpack. Too sweet. Totally understand that reference. But no, it was a great time chatting with you and with DLO and with the chat. And what I have coming up, not much on our channel. We do have Más o Menos, which Jose Plus hosts. And so that'll be going down, let's see, March 15th. So not this Saturday, the Saturday after next. I think we're doing 9 a.m. Pacific time, noon Eastern. And, you know, it's kind of a show about, number one, about the culture. And number two, we do a King Shark Tank. So it's kind of like a battle of two dream figures. So we've got two different collectors. And I want to say we've got Shane, and I'm totally drawing a blank on the other one. So Jose, remind me in the chat. But yeah, so go check us out there. Appreciate that. Queso Blanco coming up here very soon. And then I'm on CW pretty much Collecting Weekly pretty much every Tuesday, and then on LWO pretty much every Friday. And I say that loosely because I miss a lot of those shows, but great shows to go check out for our other friends over there. And I think that's it for us. So yeah, just a really good time tonight, and appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, you're a busy man. So we appreciate you obviously taking the time for us. DLO, any chance we get a video soon?
Yeah, so I've been sick as a dog, so want to compliment myself for showing up there, dick. But I kid. No, I've been pretty sick, guys, since the last show, so I've been kind of But yeah, I already filmed the Armory review, so I just got to do some voiceover, editing, post it up. So it'll be up probably by after this weekend here, because fortunately, yeah, I was too sick to do anything for about a week. But yeah, I got that going on. I already have my my visit to the comic spot already filmed and ready to go. So I'm gonna release the Armory first, and then I'll release that one thereafter. So you should have 2 weeks of videos out of me coming up real soon here. And you are on mute, my friend.
We should have just let him keep going. We should have just...
Yeah. As
Too
for
nice.
me, as many times as I muted myself, I'm surprised it didn't happen more. But as for me, if you guys haven't seen, I got the Topo Batman cowls, both versions. I did a review on that, so I got that out right away this week. And then I do have the Spider-Man Superior suit and the Jazz Inc. Batmobile coming later on this week as well. So stay tuned for that. I've been a busy boy, and I could use the break most definitely. I'm getting it was weird because I spent so much time down here. I'm kind of like, you ever get like that where you're moving stuff for so many days and you're just like, I kind of want to get away from this for a couple days.
Sure.
So I think that's the point I'm at. So I still have a lot of work to do though, but yeah, we'll see. Got some good stuff in the pipeline for you guys. So I'm excited for that. Again, don't forget to join the Discord as well if you want to hang out with us, chat. I post a lot of funny memes and just give you guys a little bit more insight to my collection and my journey of collecting. So come join the Discord. Hopefully Queso Blanco has the right link in there because I know mine's expired. So I'm assuming he is on top of that. Whew. Cool, man. Well, yeah, episode 91 is a wrap. Appreciate everybody in the chat. You guys were awesome tonight. So thank you for doing what you do and being the, tonight, the fourth member of the Wolfpack. So hopefully you guys all have a great rest of the week. Marco, too sweet to you, my friend. Thank you again. Hope you have yourself a good rest of the week, and go Pack, go. All right, everybody. See you later. Good night, and so long. Goodbye.